Welcome to this week's Intuition Insight with me, Ruth Ann Richards, creator of the Intuition Connection. I believe that when we're deeply connected to our intuition, we live with intention, we're in flow, and we feel empowered. And that's the most important thing now. We just love more people to feel that way. Each week I post an Intuition Insight, which is a little intuitive nugget, piece of guidance, message from the universe to help us stay connected with our intuition for the week ahead. The messages are usually from my own oracle, Reclaim Your Intuition, and that's the case this week. And we have the message Silence. I love this. Now, when I saw this, I thought, I'm sure we've had this recently, and I looked back, and at the end of March we had this as well. So there's a couple of meanings here for you to think about. You can see that we've got flow at the top here. That's from the voice or the section of the oracle that the message comes from. And the actual message is silence. And we have this full moon, and we've just a week ago passed the full moon. So when you saw the word or heard the word silence, what came to mind? Are you craving for some peace and quiet? Whether it's 10 minutes just to have to yourself, whether it's something longer that's needed, a few days retreat, a few days in peaceful quietness. If it is, you have to make that happen. You have to create the conditions for that to happen for you. You can't just keep saying, oh, I want some peace and quiet, I want some peace and quiet. You actually have to do something about it. So that's the first part of the message. There's another part of this message, and this may resonate with more people, I think. Is there someone around you that's talking a lot to you and you're trying to talk back to them to help them? And they're kind of telling you their problems or their issues, and you're trying to say, well, if you did this or if you did that, if you thought about it differently, and you feel it's falling on deaf ears, there's a reason. They're not ready to hear it, and actually that's not what they need from you at the moment. What that person needs from you at the moment is your silence, is for you to be quiet and for them to say all these things to get it out of their system. It's generally human nature, especially for women, that we want to help people. We want them to move on from their problem. We want them to feel better about things. But sometimes, as we know, it's having someone who we can say all this stuff to. That person doesn't take it on as their own drama. They can let go of it and can carry on with their day. And that's what you have to be in this instance for this person, should you choose to do so. Is just allow them the time to say everything they need to say. Don't take anything personally. Don't take it on as your drama. Just allow it to happen and then walk away. There's a third message that comes through here as well, and that message is cutting off from social media, cutting off from news, television. So what is it that's causing you an inner anxiety? And it's anxiety about things that haven't happened yet. Are you watching the news and thinking about what the worst possible case scenario is for various events around the world? Are you looking at social media and looking at all these influencers and thinking, God, I'll never have a life like that, I'll never have a body like that, I'll never have this, that and the other? You are creating your own anxiety and worry by doing that. And it's human nature. There's no blame, shame, guilt or judgment. It's just awareness of what's going on. You need to silence those things that trigger that reaction in you, even if you only do it temporarily. Even if you only do it for a little while. Stop the following, come off social media, stop looking at it, stop the doom scrolling, stop watching the news. I stopped watching the news 13 years ago, 13 years ago, after my mum died, and when she was ill, I just could not cope with more drama in my life. And you know what? You still find out what's going on. Somehow it just happens. It's like osmosis. But you don't have to watch every news bulletin every hour. You don't have to listen to every news bulletin every hour. You don't have to have a news channel on. You don't have to have Facebook open all the time while you're working or on your phone. You don't have to have these things open. Your life will continue, probably in a much better way for a little while, if you give those things a break. You need the silence from the other voices around you so that you can listen within to what's really going on inside you. So you've got a 3 for this week, and I probably can't remember what the first one was because it comes and then it goes. If you need some peace and quiet, create it, do it. What was the second one? The second one, someone needs to talk to you, and your job is not to try and solve their problems. Your job is to listen to what they're saying. And the third one is stop the silence of the voices around you that are unhelpful and are triggering anxiety or worry responses in you. You don't need it. So that's the message for this week. And by creating that silence, providing that silence for someone else, and stopping the noise of the voices around you so you can be silent, you can tune into what's really going on in your life, in your body, in your heart, and know what you need for yourself. That's when you can hear your intuition, and that's when you'll start to feel empowered. And that's why I do this. Wishing you a wonderful intuitive week. Take care. See you next week.